So it's week 4 of the garden updates. We got a lot of stuff to do this week. Tons of weeding to do. We got weeds in the beds, in the mulch. We got to get that cleaned up. Some old plantings to visit, like my Brussels sprouts here, some peas, and we also got some things to build. I'm going to build a tomato trellis. So let's get started. So here's my first thing I planted out in the garden this year. So I got 6 Brussels sprouts that I tried out early. I planted these about 3 weeks ago. So they've been out through a few frosts. They've gotten used to this weather. Their root systems are growing down and they're doing well. There's only a few dead leaves on them, as you can see. So there's only a few dead leaves on them. Most of the leaves are doing well. They just got their older leaves are dying off, which is fine. And the rest of the leaves are doing quite well. Now let's go check on the ones I planted last week. So I planted these all last week. They don't look great, I know. So we got the broccoli right here. These ones they're doing fine. They're getting new leaves on them. A few dead leaves, as expected. There was a pretty cold night, and they were not used to the colder weather. These two I had in buckets that I had put outside before, so they got a little more used to the cold weather. And then these other 4, these are Brussels sprouts, took quite a hit on this. So a lot of their leaves did die. However, there are a few inside that are doing fine, photosynthesizing and regenerating the plant. So seems like they're doing fine. Doesn't look like there's too many frosts in the future, so we should be good to go. Here's the rows I also planted last week. These are 2 more Brussels sprouts I had planted, and then we got garlic here. This was garlic I actually grew inside, and then I put out here when it was still cold. So I probably planted these about 3 weeks ago too. Here's the 3 plants I planted last week. So we got the cabbage right here. They're all starting to germinate well, and the seedlings are getting bigger. I'll probably split these seedlings into their own pods to give them a little longer inside before I plant them outside. Spinach also doing well, and then lettuce head doing quite well. I think I planted these last week. I know I planted those too. Yeah, I think so. But I'm getting them outside, letting them harden off a little bit, because I'll be planting these especially soon because they're colder weather crops. Also got some tomatoes out here. There's some more in the front. Hardening quite a few other plants up here in the front. We got our Roma tomatoes here. Some more lettuce seeds. These are older seedlings, or not seedlings, just older seeds. So I don't think they're germinating quite as well as some of my other ones. These are also older, but we actually had quite a bit. I move on. So we got broccoli growing here, cauliflower, tomatillos. Maybe I started these last week. That might be what I'm thinking about. But they're starting to germinate. And then we got some tomatoes. I think these are big beef ones. These are all the jelly bean, like small tomatoes. Some extra bell peppers here. Also a bunch of bell peppers there. Anaheim chili peppers. And then some jalapeno peppers on the left side. And then just some herbs there. We got peppermint here. And then sage here. And then some flowers. And a tomato. And this is how I do my time lapses. some extra tomatoes here. And Roma, I already showed those. So that's mostly it. Oh, do an update on my fig. It's doing quite well, actually. No figs growing yet. Probably be a couple months, I would think. I'm not too sure. So, doing well. All right, so we got a couple beds a little low on soil. So I'm going to be adding some soil and some manure here. Just got some topsoil and then cow manure and some compost here. Help fill this in. This topsoil will be helpful. It's got a lot of organic matter. And the soil that I added at the start was topsoil, but there's not a ton of organic matter in it. So this will definitely help out. That's a good amount we added on here. All right. Whew. Under the soil, get the microbes start working on that organic matter, turn it into nutrients. Not all of it though. Organic matter helps keep in a lot of water. So I got a majority of my potatoes going to be growing in here. I got quite a few planted. Actually going to plant some more, but I need a little more soil just to make sure. I mean, there's a good amount here. How big were these? Like 10 inches wide. So it's at least 10 inches deep. This will add just maybe an inch more on this side. I pushed most of the soil over here just for the first potatoes I planted. There we go. Nice. Time to pick up all the trash. I got this cabbage, spinach, and head lettuce. We got a lot of seeds growing in each of these. I'm gonna give them a better chance and give them their own little pod. I'll do this before I plant them, so I'm gonna try to save some of them and not having to thin them all out. So get them in this final stage, transplant them in here. Once that's done and they start growing and it's warm enough, I mean, it's close to warm enough, I just want to give them the best chance, so I'm going to grow them inside for a little longer, and then I'll transplant them out here, right over here. So let's get to it.